Aren't you about tired of listening to sports shows with all the woke bullshit? So are we. This is Patriot Sports Radio.
Patriot Sports Radio.
Fed up with the national talking heads and biases of mainstream sports media. If it's sports, from the high school level to the pros, we're talking about it. Like the red-blooded Americans we are.
God bless America.
God bless America.
God bless America.
Let's do this. And now, here's Eric, Angela, John, Chris, and the coach.
Welcome back, my friends. If you're new, then welcome in. Patriot Sports Radio. My name is Eric. I am your host. Glad to have you with us. Feel free to join the conversation from wherever you are. We're talking football, mainly NFL Week 13, but who knows where it'll go. Gang's all here. Chris to my right doing all the work, getting us up and online, doing all the real work. Angela's here as well with extra curly hair. John's got the Baker headband. And Coach is possibly sober, coming to us from the Panhandle State. How we doing, Coach?
Good.
Now,
I like the candle, John. Nice.
Yeah, in honor of the greatness, the sweetness, Mike Leach.
Yes.
Yes.
Before we get into anything else, we have to pay tribute to one of the greatest humans of all time. If you're ranking people, he's on the first page.
Oh my gosh.
You cannot watch football on any level from high school to the NFL without seeing Mike Leach's impact on the game. I mean, the air raid, all the that's without even getting into his personality. Just an amazing human being. Chris has put together some of the best audio, of which there's. Do yourself a favor. Go over to YouTube and just type Mike Leach press conference, Mike Leach explains, Mike Leach ranks.
Or just hang out right here.
Yeah.
Because we're going to play some tonight.
We're going to give you some of the real good stuff right here.
Oh, hey, Heather.
Heather's here.
Happy Tuesday.
Good evening, Heather. What's up, you amazing people? Getting ready to drive home from gymnastics. Boy, she's a dedicated gymnastics mom. How many days a week is gymnastics?
797, I think.
Right. It's like 12 days a week.
She'll chime in when she gets home. Good. Don't chime and drive. We're an anti-chime and driving podcast. Anyways, to the Mike Leach.
Do you want to do the montage right now, Eric? I'm more than willing. Let's
Yes.
start her up. All right, I'm gonna mute everybody and we're gonna listen to a little Mike Leach.
And mythical powers does a Sun Devil have? We got to consider that.
Momentum, excitement, energy. I mean, they say all this stuff and you know what they mean, but you know, it doesn't describe what you mean. I mean, it's just sort of out there.
I'm going to say the Wildcat's out. I mean, that raccoon thought he died and went to heaven. The Trojan, does he have a horse or is he on foot? Does he have a bow and arrow or just his sword?
Somebody, I can't remember, somebody said that in passing, one of the, I hate cats, somebody really hates cats. And I've never figured that one out. I mean, and a credit to cats, the ability to generate that much animosity.
The Bruin definitely formidable.
And I'm not sure how close of a relationship some of these people are planning to have with a cat or why they would value the opinion of a cat or their perceived opinion of a cat. I'm indifferent about cats.
Another bear up there at Cal.
I mean, to me, it's just a cat. It's just a squirrel. It's just a dove. It's just a robin. I mean, what do I care, So anyway.
The tree, I imagine that tree's going to get chopped down unless we're going to go with a bird and somebody might get pecked or something. I don't know.
There was another place, a more formal place. I actually drew on some cloth napkins. So, which it turned out they were less happy about that than we thought they might be.
The duck might lose interest and just fly away and get out of there, which may be good advice under the circumstances. I've never been much of a dancer. I've been more of a walk-in-place person. The Husky, no chance. They couldn't dance with me in there because I couldn't even effectively go through the motions and pretend that I was into it, The beaver, we'll see how long that beaver can hold his breath. When they crap in your yard, they smell a little different, cats from dogs. The Ute, again, we're back to, is he on horseback? Does he have a bow and arrow? Did he trade for a rifle? I mean, because if that youth's got a rifle, there's some definite problems. I don't really do the thinking for those people. I do the thinking for myself. But I don't care if they're validated or not. I mean, if they think they're good quarterbacks, they're right. If they don't think they're good quarterbacks, they're wrong. So it's about as simple as that, So you'd have to get one of those Harry Potter activists to read up on how you kill a sun devil, because there's a lot of outside stuff there.
If you could have chosen another instrument aside from trombone to play, what would you have gone with?
Probably the one where just every so often you do the thing where you hit the triangle, or else you're the guy that hits the gong. I could do that. Or like the big drum, boom, boom, a couple of those. A buffalo's going to be pretty hard to tangle with. I mean, a buffalo's utterly outstanding. See, that's pretty Texas, right? Circle the wagon. So he did a good job circling the wagons. Butch is going to have to be clear-minded and crafty. I mean, Butch will find a way. There's no question. The Coug will find a way. Clear-minded and crafty, a combination of stay out of harm's way and attack when you get your chances or your openings. These same people that are covering their mouth up all the time, like there's lip readers. America's always been this huge bastion of lip readers. Would I spend a week in jail to get rid of my student loans? I would have spent 3 months in jail to get rid of my student loans, and I would have done it happily. Children are raised to read lips. So that's why it's so necessary for coaches to constantly take their game plan or their script and cover up their mouth. Eventually, before it's all said and done, I'd be leading prison calisthenics and stuff like that. What they ought to do is just give these guys mouth covers. I ought to invent this. Going to the best shank builder and get a good shank, for if I needed anything like that. But instead of like a Zorro mask that covers your eyes, we're going to just have one that covers the mouth, you see. And we could sell it to football coaches everywhere. I would have been like that leprechaun on the damn Lucky Charms if they said, okay, 1 week, all your student loans are erased. You could have a deal where it kind of attaches on your ears, kind of like eyeglasses. It hangs like right here like a veil. I actually think a zombie apocalypse, I would die of boredom before anything else. Not as exotic. We'd make it a little more studly and masculine because we don't want them to look like a belly dancer per se, but it looks like a veil. It hangs right here. Some of my neighbors would start shooting zombies. Okay, here's another one. Okay, there's another one. All right, another one. And so then they don't have to constantly hold up their script, and then on that rare occasion they forget to hold up their script. Oh my gosh, I forgot to hold up my script. They know everything we're going to do. And
a very underrated vocabulary. He really had a mastery of the English language.
Man, I love Mike Leach. He's the national treasure in Boston.
He was amazing.
Clear-minded and crafty. That's a great way to go through life. Cats suck. TSS Fantasy says. Yep. Good evening, Commish. I think you're muted, Christopher. I was reading up on the story from the Red River Shootout. You're not cool. When he left the playbook out, he made a fake script of plays and had, who did he have do it? He had one of his assistants leave it out for a Texas assistant to find, and then they took it in the locker room. And they I think they lost by 10, but they got a good jump on him in the first half. Because he drew up a bunch of fake plays that were first play's going left. So then, they would coordinate their first offensive play to go right. Your boy in USC, that's who did it.
Lincoln Riley?
Yeah, Lincoln Riley. He had him drop a playbook on the field. And so it's like 99, 2000.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm looking up all kinds of Mike Leach stories today.
Tell me this.
Brilliant.
Script up because you're scared of lip readers?
I can't
hear you, Chris. You're super quiet, bro. Bro.
Okay, so it wasn't just me. I thought he was muted, but
No.
No?
No. You were
that
like,
raccoon's.
The question was, have you ever left a script out in the hopes that it would get found?
No, we're not doing any of that. I will say though, stealing signs is a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's if you're I mean, there's a little art to that. If you're good at it, if you're good at it, there is definitely a way to way to spy on that.
Lip reading.
Stealing signs.
Lip reading. Stealing
Oh,
signs.
yeah.
What kind of are you using the big boards, or are you dropping towels? How sophisticated are we?
Not just signals. I mean, the boards, the signals. I know of multiple teams that are, that's part of scouting, part of seeing if you can figure out what they're signing in and what they do when they have certain signs. And we've had games where literally they've had a coaching staff and then 3 coaches standing there writing down signs. That happens.
Wow.
All right, should we hit some NFL football? Where do we want to start? Dallas almost lost to the 1-12-1 Texans. The Chiefs almost lost to the Denver Broncos, of all people. The Seahawks apparently have no respect for Turf the dog. Vikings got caught. Ironically, it was Kirk's best game, and they lost. Trevor Lawrence might be this guy John keeps saying he is. Kyler Murray blew out his ACL, and we had a Mitch sighting. He's still Mitch.
Trubisky. He's still in the league.
So quit asking. We don't have our sound guy.
Quit asking.
So I'll just drop that.
He's still every bit as Mitch as he ever was. 3 interceptions.
He did
I think
Mitch
all
type
in the red
things.
zone.
And he was who we thought he was. Still
That's right.
answered the bell one more time for us just to show us who he was.
Mr. Consistent.
Yep.
If nothing else, he's consistent. Yeah.
Came
Yeah,
off
and I
the
think-
sidelines to show us exactly who he was. Thanks, Mitch. Appreciate your showing up and showing out.
Tomlin is pissed. Pickett's in the protocol now. They're hoping he gets out, but now he said we're going to be splitting reps between Mitch and Mason Rudolph. Yeah,
They still have
Between
Rudolph
Mitch-
up there?
yeah. Apparently Duck Hodges probably gone, but Mason Rudolph's still there. Going to be splitting reps with Mitch.
What is going on in Pittsburgh this year?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
You just
It's-
assume
it
they
was
have
a
their shit
plan.
together.
It was a plan to fail, to be
Oh,
honest.
it was a similar plan that they tried to execute in Green Bay. You just go into the season without a damn without one entire position. We're good enough that we don't need one entire position on the field. We'll just make up for it with our other guys and play defense.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, that works. That works.
You guys got 2 running backs.
Yeah, I mean,
That's got to count for something.
what else you need? I mean, the Ford pass was.
Let's not get greedy here.
It's a new modern thing. We don't need it.
We don't need it. Oh my gosh.
Speaking of those young quarterbacks, Brock Purdy in his first try beat Tom Brady.
Mr.
He had-
Relevant.
God.
Touchdown, Tommy. See ya.
Crazy.
Purdy, Iowa State legend, had two touchdown passes that traveled over 20 yards through the air, which was the same amount Jimmy Garoppolo had all season. So,
Always good to see a clone do well.
Yep.
Gosh, it must be nice to be San Francisco and to stumble into manageable quarterbacks.
Oh
Just-
my God.
Just pull players out of your rear and do a thing called free agency. It's almost like
Get
they're
in
the only
there.
ones that get to do it.
Almost
Yeah.
accidental. Look what I stepped in.
It goes to show you that when you are as stacked as the Niners, you can throw in the last guy in the draft, and he's got all the confidence in the world. If I just throw it, someone's going to catch it. Debo, I can throw him an out route, and it's going to go. Christian McCaffrey, here you go. I mean, how easy is it to be a quarterback? Not to take away from what he's done, but how easy is it on a quarterback's confidence when he knows that I don't really have to do that much. All I have
He's
to
no
do
Jimmy
is show
G,
up.
sir.
Yeah. Your first 3 options are Pro Bowl players.
Yeah.
So you're doing okay.
Nobody wants a piece of the 49ers in January. No one.
Especially not in the NFC.
No. If you're in
The
the
defense
NFC,
is clicking.
if you're in the NFC and you're especially if you have to go to their house,
Forget
it'll be a
about
long day.
it. Forget
Pack a
about
lunch.
it.
Yeah, I think there's only one. I think there's really, honestly, as I tiptoed down the NFC gauntlet, I think there's really only one team that has anything for them, and that's the Eagles.
Yeah, and the Eagles had to have been breathing a sigh of relief, just being honest, seeing Garoppolo go down, and then you see Purdy, and you're like, fuck!
Yeah.
They had somebody.
Yeah, they just keep doing it to us.
Yeah.
Where did this guy? Who's this freaking guy?
The Midas touch up in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he's.
But you know what? You can't dislike them. It's not like they're going out and buying. Well, they are.
Well, that's just it, man. I'd love to hate them. I just can't because they've done it the right way.
Yeah.
They've done everything that they're supposed to do. You know, I don't know. That just nobody wants a piece of them in January. I'll tell you that.
No. Deshaun Watson. He's not Deshaun Watson again yet. They lost the Bengals. Joe Burrow finally beat the Browns. That's weird. I did not expect that. I was surprised to learn last week that Joe Burrow was 0-5 against the Browns.
I saw Joe Burrow on the Monday night cast last night for a little bit. Man, that guy, he's pretty cool. Pretty cool dude.
Cool.
He really is.
Pretty cool guy. You know, he kind of rolls in everywhere he goes and just, you know, kind of lights up a room. He's pretty cool guy. I haven't, you know, when you watch him talk and kind of how he carries himself, man, you're like, yeah, I could play for that guy. He definitely is going to step into the huddle when the game's on the line and make you feel like you can go and win it.
Absolutely. Imagine what that guy's like in crunch time. It's just like, all right, let's go win this game. And I
think Peyton last night asked him, and this is what I loved about him. He said, Peyton said, hey, so how many reps, honestly, is the number 2 guy getting during the week in practice? And Burrow's like, well, he takes his reps with the scout team. I take all the reps in practice. I don't know if you know this, but I'm the number 1. and Manning was like, okay. That's exactly the way I was too, because I felt like I needed every one of those reps to be ready. And the answer that he gave was great. He's like, you know, I might only get 1 or 2 shots during the week to throw the certain route that I want to see on Sunday, and I want to make sure that I have it right for Sunday. So I'm not going to let some guy stroll out there and take my reps. And I just thought, man, that's, you know, for a dude that's that accomplished, man, to have that kind of mindset, you got to love that.
Preparation makes the difference. David says, my poor Steelers. Yeah, that's rough. I thought they were going to be better. I took the Steelers to make the playoffs. I even put like $5 on them at 8-1 to win the division because you just never know.
What if Mitchie Boy just comes back and lights it up?
I mean, if you're willing to break out,
I've asked that.
If you're willing to break out some U.S. currency, I'll gladly jump on board.
How many times John's rolled out of bed?
Sound like a Bears fan, man.
Yeah, how much,
guys? Come on,
guys!
I mean, somebody get him checked because that's something that was said in the fourth quarter of a Bears game. Hey, what if we drafted a quarterback and won it all this year?
Yeah, he's gonna go ahead.
What if this is just the week he puts it together? Yeah.
What if all the rest of this stuff he's just been figuring it out and he finally puts all the pieces together and we just run the field?
You gotta be excited about some of the younger players, though. What did you say, Chris?
Finally getting it.
Yeah.
Like if we just run the table and do great
Didn't
things.
they move up to get him, John?
Yeah, guess who fleeced him? The 49ers.
Yep, because the 49ers convinced them that they were about to draft Mitch Trubisky out of
then
North
I'm sure
Carolina.
he's good.
What a
Steelers.
shell game.
He has to be good then if they went up to get him, right? That's how the NFL.
The more first-round picks you spend, the better the guy is. That's how it works.
Oh my gosh. Next topic.
Yeah. So quit asking.
Where's he
I'm
at?
getting a little upset over there.
So quit asking.
The Chiefs almost lost to Russell Wilson. I think Russell has a concussion now.
Does he know his name anymore? Or?
I heard the word hematoma thrown around.
Hematoma.
What is that? Is that like a bump?
Hematoma
Did
is
you
like,
see it? Yeah.
Like
looks
that's
like
where
you got
you're
shot.
bleeding under your skin, like a vein pops or something, and you're bleeding under your skin.
You know how when you're 12 and you get shot and with a BB gun? That's what
Yeah.
it looks like. It's just like a big welt.
Okay. Yeah, his head really hit the turf. He had the grass in there.
Oh,
I
God.
hope he gets better, but it doesn't change the fact that that's another quarterback. It's a changing of the guard year for the quarterbacks, as we see across the league, and that was a good example.
Russ Brady looked terrible this week.
Terrible.
I have to wonder. So that means that back in the day, every time you saw turf in a helmet, that's a guy playing through a concussion right now. Because turf in the helmet probably means concussion. Now that I'm putting the pieces together.
It's a different game.
It's a completely different game. Some of the roughing calls you see now, even like on guys like Tua, and I think it's because Tua is, I don't know, prone to severe injury. Anytime you knock the guy over, he goes to the hospital.
He's like the Sidney Crosby of football.
That's a great comparison.
Yeah, be careful.
I mean, I love the Pittsburgh Penguins, but Sidney Crosby does tend to miss a lot of games with injuries, from what I can tell.
Well, speaking of roughing, Mike White got murked on Sunday.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
That was like straight out of a video game. That was bad. I mean, his ribs just look like they got crunched.
The training staff has got to answer some questions about letting him play. I think the third time.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, there's your corn pop nominee right there.
Oh yeah, he's the only guy on my list. Yep, that's my whole list of nominees. Is that if he comes back in this game, that's I got to give it to him. When who was that? Matt Milano hit him that second time, right at the bottom of your ribs in the gut. I think everybody watching at home went, "Oh!"
Totally
in unison with poor Mike White. David says, breaking news, Mitch Trubisky is colorblind. Now we understand the interceptions. I can sympathize with that. I'm a little colorblind. I mean, I'm way on the probably, I don't know what, not that bad side of the scale, but I can tell the difference between Steelers and Ravens.
Hey, I forgot something, guys. I got some good news. Hey, I think Casey's in the chat. What's up, Casey? He may come
Casey
on. Let me see if you're gonna. NFR's over, so he's gonna come and tell us our results.
Hell yeah! Yeah, we put together.
You remember that? You remember that, Coach?
Fantasy rodeo?
Oh yeah.
Anyone?
Bulldoggers, goddamn healers. we got into it. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Maybe it's my Yellowstone fandom that makes rodeo extra cool to me now.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna start wearing.
Say that out loud.
Come on, I'm gonna get one of them. There's 10-gallon hats.
Rodeo Hall of Fame just down the street.
Start throwing around rodeo terminology every once in a while. So does this mean that the Chiefs aren't as good as we thought they was, or is this Russ getting it together? Is this just a fluke burn the tape game for the Chiefs? What the hell is this, do you think, Coach?
Everybody's entitled to a bad day. Just saying.
Oh, it's the West. It's the West.
Casey, check your Twitter real quick.
It's the AFC West. They have battles. You know, the Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs, they're gonna battle. I mean, you know, even the Raiders will throw in a game every now and then. I mean, it's the West is a good division. I mean, it's not what we thought it was going to be. They aren't who we thought they were going to be, but
yeah,
definitely, you know, they get after it. It's still a rivalry game. I mean, Broncos and Chiefs is a big game. You know, I don't read much into it. The Chiefs are really good, and they're also going to be one in January that no one wants to see. I mean, you pretty much. I mean, this is coming down to, you know, really a 3 or 4 trick pony here. They're separating.
Yeah, if AFC North's the only division that's really up for grabs anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels really easy, or seemingly this year, to pick the final 4 of likely Kansas City, Buffalo, and San Francisco, Philadelphia. How does it go away other than that?
Well, I think
Miami.
There's a handful of teams on the outside looking in. I mean, Miami's a pretender.
They had heaters in Los Angeles.
You name the reason. You name the reason right there because they have a quarterback that's made of glass.
Yeah.
You know, you can have all the Tyreek Hill you want, but Yeah, who's their number 2 guy down there?
Waddle, and they didn't even get him the ball.
Yeah,
I know because he did not produce in fantasy.
Yeah, I just think
neither did Derek Carr. If we're naming names,
How do you feel
and
about
we're
that?
naming names. Another team that's on the outside looking in. The Bengals. The Bengals could put together a pretty good run. We've watched that happen before.
Getting it together
but
right
outside
now.
of those, I mean, I don't see a lot. I mean, I really don't. Other than the Rams and Baker.
I think Buffalo's, they've looked better. But did you know the Dolphins brought heaters to Los Angeles? They had heaters on the sideline. It was like
that's
70
a weak
degrees.
move,
man.
Weak
that's
move.
Listen. That says we're candy asses. That's what it says.
We got candy ass jerseys.
We
got candy ass mindsets.
We got candy ass colors. They should just call us instead of the Dolphins. They should call us the candy asses.
They are.
Man.
That's a candy ass jersey for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's a nice transition
Scouts
to
just
Trevor.
busting my onions about my. Listen, a guy's entitled to a
Let's
cold
pick
one
my
every now and then.
onions.
Okay, it's the holiday season, man.
Look, I work hard.
You're just clapping me up on the live show here, man. Just tis the season, for God's sake.
I mean, man.
Golly, he getting it from both sides. This is this is his man time,
man. Just
where he doesn't have to answer shit.
Just light me up. First
Light him
tweet.
up.
First comment. Coach, what the hell? Yeah.
The man's a CDL holder and an HOA member.
I'm battling the HOA and the local universities here, paying my tuition, trying to stay between the mustard and the mayo over here, and you guys are just
detention duty, right? It just
I got my 1 day off of detention duty, and a guy gets clapped up over a cold one on the podcast.
Well, I
Guys
guess now
hustling
the
for
question is, when you
classes.
said mayo, is it mayonnaise or Miracle Whip? Let us know.
Oh.
Inquiring minds.
if you live below Illinois, it's definitely not Miracle Whip.
Oh, I'm not
Miracle
gonna lie
Whip
to you,
is
man.
salad dressing.
I've come unraveled.
Miracle Whip.
To answer her question, I've come unraveled on that deal. I figured it's the holiday season. And I'm trying to not get too carried away, but man, I got a lot going on. It's hard. It's hard, man. It's hard to stay hooked.
Coach, you're 33 years old. You don't have to explain it, beer.
Are we still on the Mayo question?
32
You sound
years
like you have
old
guilt.
this month.
You
This
do
month.
not need to have guilt.
I got a big birthday coming up.
You have what's your big birthday?
It's gonna be the big 3-4.
Big 34 this year.
Yeah, so you don't have to answer.
And
for
getting
a
younger. Getting younger every day. 34. 34 right after Christmas. 2 days after Christmas.
So when you were 45, is that when you started counting backwards?
Yeah, pretty much.
Now you're
How does that
34.
work?
Yeah, pretty much.
Let me know so I can start.
Hey, you see Heather says she's gonna make you she's gonna make you a defund the HOA.
Yeah, I
Oh my
That's actually
God,
an
that's
incredible
awesome.
idea.
I would wear it.
That
needs
would
to
be
go on the
awesome.
Website.
They hate
I would
me over
totally
here.
wear
They
that.
hate me.
Put that in our website. Put
Yeah.
I know
God
that.
damn, that
put
might
in our store.
that might really take off. That's a great
epic.
idea.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
don't have an
great
HOA,
idea.
but I would totally wear that
My
shit.
brother was buying it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Speaking
that
of
would be a top seller.
absolutely yes, I can already see it in my brain.
Right.
Speaking of the candy ass jerseys, John, your boy Trevor Lawrence was
Yeah, he is.
30 of 42 for 368, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. He just needed to get rid of Urban Meyer. He's the generational talent.
All he
He
did
is who we
was
thought he was.
blister the Titans and Will's ass in the same
Oh
game.
my God, funny. I can't take him seriously. Every time I look at him, I see like the fourth Hansen brother or third or whatever many. He looks like a Hansen brother.
Well,
Are we
I'll tell
talking
you
about Will, or
what,
are we
defensive
talking about the
coordinators,
Titans? Where do we go with
defensive
this?
Trevor
coordinators better
Lawrence.
start taking
Trevor
him
Lawrence,
seriously because
okay.
he's lighting the world on fire.
Will.
I thought my man Will's taking it on the chin now. Come on.
No.
Gosh.
Look, I threw a shot from the balcony. I didn't mean
This
to
is why we
unload
don't
on the
invite
dirt
women.
clods.
He looks a bit like an Encino man, like he was
Oh my
thawed
God.
out.
Yeah, that.
He looks like he's got a secret.
Uh,
Like it's a little too polished. Hair's a little too straight. I don't know. Maybe he's got a gambling ring or something. I don't know.
Which I mean,
Cockfighting.
that doesn't make me hate him. Just for the record,
Yeah.
that
Okay.
doesn't turn me against him.
Gosh, but you got to love to see him do well because you knew he was just filled with talent. it's stuck behind Urban Meyer now.
Well, and that was a good win, man. That was a good win against a team that came in really riding high
against the Fighting Vrabels.
Gosh, man, the Fighting Vrabels. They came in, and I think they had won the last few. I mean, and my understanding is, in listening to our Wake and Rake, that literally that gum, man. I don't think that they had ever beaten the Titans. I mean, that was the kind of statistics being thrown around hot and heavy, along with my wallet, and apparently now that's no longer intact.
No longer intact. Word around the campfire is we got between 100 and a couple hundred viewers on Getter. If you guys got any topics you want us to cover, we're happy to discuss shit. We're just going to talk about Kyler Murray's ACL or,
We're going to bring Casey in whenever you're ready, though.
Nice.
Talk about NFL real quick.
You guys want to know what my first NFL bet was?
Yes.
The over on Kyler Murray touchdowns yesterday.
Was it really?
Oh, you might get that refunded.
And we were all over New England over here.
I like New England going into that.
We were over New England in the under.
I mean, it was like a post-work kind of trip or event thing where we went to a brewery, and I just look up and somebody goes, "There goes his knee," and I was like, "No, you're kidding." And he's like, "No, that's an ACL. It's gone."
Yeah. When it happened, it was pretty clear that was devastation.
Come on, man.
And my fantasy team imploded. My dreams crushed.
Well, I started David Carr over Trevor Lawrence, so I had an off week too.
Ooh.
I get it.
Shout out to my daughter,
whopping
Peanut.
2.5.
What's Peanut got going?
Well, she made the playoffs for the first time in her 16 years, and Kyler went down. Nice. She does have Geno Smith behind.
Sure. Which one's Peanut? I got to make sure I'm not trash talking.
The 16-year-old.
Well, I mean, what's her name?
Riley. I don't know her name.
She's the
Never called her a name. She hasn't been in trouble in a while, actually.
Well, there you
She's
go.
the sports science expert, the sports
Yep.
scientist.
She wants to be the sports doctor. All right. You guys ready to bring Casey in?
Yeah.
Casey,
I haven't
from
seen Casey in a minute.
Sounds. Oh, I got to get him some walk-up music.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Do some Turnpike Troubadours.
Put on some Shania.
Some Feel Like a Woman.
I tried to. I lobbied for that like weeks ago when we were going to talk about Giselle.
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. I'm the best there is. Plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning on Kiss Excellence, and nobody can handle my stuff. I'm just a big, hairy American winning machine.
Casey from Western Sounds. Welcome, brother.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Great. How you doing?
Hey.
I've been sitting on the edge of my
just glad to
seat for
be
weeks
here.
trying to figure out how I did in the NFR.
Well, I hate to break it to you guys, but
No.
your team did not do very well. The picking all Oklahoma guys was not the strategy. I hate to break it to you guys.
Check the numbers again.
Yeah. Check the tape.
Hey,
You want to check the tape?
Out of
Recount. Do we have a
out of
recount?
104 teams, your guys' team was around 50, so not the worst.
Okay.
All right.
That's our first time.
Yeah.
It's our first time, kids.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You guys will learn and get way better next year.
We got something to build on, but that's a stepping stone to build on. I'm proud of 50.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're
I
better
didn't
than
even know
half
any
of
of
them.
those names.
We're better than
Halfway
half
to
of them
first,
doing it.
baby.
Yeah.
Better than most.
Exactly.
We need a couple
Yeah,
more.
So you guys.
Couple more Big
Yeah.
Sky guys, maybe a couple more South American guys mixed in.
I'm in.
Hey, you need to cover the globe there. So starting off, ladies first, your barrel racer was the only one who won you any money whatsoever over the NFR. She came in fifth place and ended up
Still
winning
hasn't
the
touched a
average,
barrel?
And she did actually knock 2 barrels, but the ground was kind of not as great this time. So
The
a lot of girls
undulations
knocked
were
barrels.
fierce, sir. The undulations were fierce.
We jinxed her. That's what happened.
God dang it. She got the Patriot Sports.
It must have been. It must have been.
Are we sponsoring a barrel racer?
We're yanking her sponsor.
I'm
We
not
don't
opposed to
anymore.
it.
We
Yeah, we
don't
don't anymore. Pull that shit off her back.
It was a
We were-
verbal
we-
endorsement, but
We were
that's
tiptoeing on the edge of that pond, and we backed
No.
out pretty damn quick. Let me tell
Now
you.
hang on.
It's
Let's
gone.
not
It's
overreact. I've heard some things
We're
about
not
barrel
slapping any
racers.
stickers on trailers just
Now-
yet.
now-
gentlemen.
Now she is a world champion, so let's tone it down just a hair. She,
Watch your goddamn
she
mouth.
did win the average.
Get better.
She did win the average at the NFR and win the world. So let's take it down just one notch.
No big
But,
deal.
yeah.
All right, next.
Next up, you guys had Tristan Martin in the steer wrestling. He won you just under $20,000, which you can win in a single night at the NFR. So he not
20
ideal.
grand
Cole
on my
Reiner won,
truck.
We're in the wrong business.
yeah. If you win around at the NFR, you win $28,500. But that is only the top 15 in every event.
We need to
do
stop
that, and-
podcasting right now.
But the problem is with that is that they have hauled all season, and these guys are like these guys in the sport are the top 15 in every event are the only ones making any money at it, because if you don't make it to the NFR, you're barely breaking even at rodeo.
Now, are there a good amount of lower level guys who just love it and are just trying to break in and spend their own money for years and years?
Oh yeah, there are over 2,000.
I mean, you hit it once and you've covered a lot of your expenses. You just got to crack one of those.
Exactly, and you have to make it to the NFR and do well at the NFR, because the average check at the NFR is around $70,000. So that's if you do well over the nights, and that's included in our fantasy league. So that's what got your next one, bareback, which is Cole Reiner. He is from Casey, Wyoming, one of my boys. Yeah, and he did really well, but he bucked off a few too many broncs to win the average, but he still ended up placing like 3rd or 4th overall in the world, and he won you guys quite a bit of money. Next up, you guys had Clay Smith in the healing, and they did okay, but not up there caliber, winning a bunch of rounds. They placed in a couple of rounds, but nothing to write home about. And then Junior Noguera, they came into the world about $100,000 ahead, and they barely won the world title because they didn't have a great NFR. They didn't win a lot of rounds, but they did end up placing good in the average. So Junior Noguera and who was he healing for? Anyway, his header, they ended up winning the world. Brody Crest did well, but not well enough to win the average. He came in 3rd. Brody. He was your saddle bronc rider. My saddle bronc rider, I'll talk about my team in a little bit. My saddle bronc rider, his name is Zeke Thurston. He went to Sheridan College, the same college that I went to. He was there years and years ahead of me, but he is an incredible talent, and he came in, I think, 5th or 6th in the world, and he ended up winning the average and winning the title, which is a running theme. If you win the average, you're way more likely to win the title. And then Stetson Wright won the bull riding and the average.
Oh yeah, you get a Stetson in there.
Stetson, we talked about a Stetson, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we took Jackson because that was as good as a Stetson or something like that. Turns out it wasn't as good as a Stetson.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Or the
It
cologne.
was a whole thing.
You want to go a little older. You want to age yourself a little bit. Go with the cologne.
Stetson cologne.
Stetson. I got a story about a strip club and a bottle of Stetson.
That's right.
Big night.
That happened.
That's right.
That was that night trip. Chris knows night trips. Coach knows night trips.
No, I do not, sir.
I mean, just because you're
I've
from
never heard of that
Oklahoma.
establishment, sir. I have no affiliation.
I don't recall.
I do not recall any of that.
Stetson, tonight's the night.
Tonight's the night.
70% of the time it works every time.
Every time.
Yep. The burning sensation means it's working.
The other thing that you always hear when you see people that wear Stetson.
Hey, Mom! The meatloaf! We want it now!
Those are Drakkar guys. That's your
Oh, are
Drakkar
those
Noir.
Right, yeah.
Obsession and Drakkar.
Yeah.
Do you remember those days? Polo. I was a
Oh,
polo.
yeah.
Green polo. That's what I wore.
Yep.
No.
I was a big polo guy.
Don't recall any of those days.
Chris, you were right in the mix.
Polo
Right
and
in there.
Boss.
He just
your
he
laced
just
up
raw,
ropers.
no, he just raw dogged it with the Old Spice cologne.
That's exactly right.
Brute.
Yep, I had the old Brute.
There you go.
My dad was a Brute guy.
Brute in the plastic
My
jug.
dad had a Brute soap on a rope, like
Yeah.
when that was a thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, I had an uncle
Brute,
wore
when you want to smell like a
Anybody-
wrestling coach.
There,
Brute.
I mean,
There
your
it is,
car,
there.
your home, everything that is you. It's like wearing Brute is like being a smoker. Every
Yeah. Well, the walls are yellow when you're done.
There's no little dabble, do you? It's half a
No.
bottle, or you don't even put it
You're
on.
just
For reasons
Half a
unknown.
bottle or don't even get out
My,
of
my
bed.
first stick of deodorant was Brute, and I think it's like my dad gave it to me. And
Oh my God.
I mean,
Absolutely.
Did it burn?
sixth grade.
Welcome
just-
to America.
just
That was all of us.
Smelling like my name's Gus or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Gosh.
Like a good place to catch panfish.
Got on the bus in the morning for school, and somebody was like, "Man, God,
Staying
look
at
the
your
old guy."
grandparents?
Oh my God. All right, we got Casey back. Casey, give it to us straight.
Yeah. Sorry, my computer.
No, you're good.
Died on me. So you guys did good. Not as good as you might have hoped. My
That's
team
okay.
was decent, a little better than you guys. I ended up about 30th. And I had a pretty good team with a lot of knowledge going into it, but I ended up not doing amazing either. But you're world champions. Congratulations to all the new and old world champions of this sport. I'm so happy that rodeo is alive and well. The new PRCA season is starting soon. I think Denver is actually, there have already been some sanctioned 2023 rodeos happen in 2022. So the new season is alive and well, and I'm excited to see where it takes us.
Absolutely.
yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Let's
We're
do
going
it.
to get into this. We're going
Awesome.
to do this over and over.
Did
Yeah.
we get a
So whenever you
participation
got
with
another tournament, you let us, or however you
Yeah.
advance
Yeah.
Event.
the deal, you let us know, and we're in.
All right.
Would you say it's gaining popularity? Like, is it gaining fans? Is it starting to become more mainstream?
You know, I would say that the Cowboy Channel got exclusive streaming rights to the NFR this year, and they fumbled the ball really bad on the first night. It did not go smoothly at all. The first night, like, their website crashed and a lot of stuff went wrong. So that was a damper for me, but I felt like that was a sign that there are more people than ever watching the NFR. They were not ready for the sheer number of people who were watching it. And
I think that's Liz Cheney's fault.
Probably.
She did something.
I'm just going to tell you, probably don't have a guy that we have at PSR running the knobs.
I was going to say, do they need us?
Tell
It
them
sounds
to
like
call
they
me.
need us.
I got you.
Need a guy.
Running the knobs.
They've got some bush league kids in a van down by the river. Not our guy
Down
running
by
the
the
knobs.
river.
over there.
I'll give them your guys' number.
Pulling the levers and running the knobs.
All right, Casey, you have a good evening, brother.
Wrong
Thank you
guy
for
on the
everything.
clicker.
Hi,
Go listen to
Casey.
Western Sounds. But Casey, shout out, tell everybody where they can find you, man.
Yeah, be sure to check me out anywhere pods are cast at Western Sounds. I talk about music that doesn't get played on the radio, especially country music, but I talk about everything. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all at Western Sounds. And thank you guys so much for having me on. I look forward to talking to you guys more about radio as the summer goes on.
We're going to do it.
Cowboy
Love
Christmas
it.
right around the corner, even though it's in July.
Right. Hell yeah.
We'll see you,
All
boys.
right, brother.
You have a good night. I
Hey,
love
you
that.
guys.
kid.
Cowboy Channel? The Cowboy Channel?
I like it.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
Come
we
on.
have a
But you're
special
turned up
guest.
like a
I'm gonna
Doberman.
bring in.
Special?
Hey, Coach.
They're coming out of the
get
coming
your
out of the
shit
stands
get-
tonight.
Hey, sit up straight.
Listen,
Let me
take
get-
notes.
I'm going to be introducing
Fucking degenerate, you. Fucking kids at home.
Will from Game On,
Will.
baby.
Will.
Hey, Will.
Man,
Isn't
Game
that true?
on.
I'm on.
Game
I'm on.
on.
I'm
Game
on
going in
dad
to
duty
bring
right
me the
now.
crying towel from this weekend.
Crying
So-
towel.
Oh yeah.
Get
Yeah.
it, so-
Will.
Yeah, I wanted to come on. Chris told me to come on and tell a Leach story.
Yeah.
Rest in peace,
Cool.
Coach Leach, a guy who never apologized for being himself, as we all
Absolutely.
should learn to follow along and do. I even have right here Got this thing, never opened. Got it in a at a game when I went. I was a student at WSU.
Oh,
like his
that's
first year.
badass.
Yeah, never. I mean, the box is beat
Wow.
up because it's
Yeah,
been
you
with
gotta
me.
leave it. You gotta leave it in the
And I'm
box.
leaving it in there.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
What a great dude, man.
He's
Yeah,
so
I'm currently
great.
on dad duty right now, so I got the littlest one trying to go down for a nap. This little
Oh,
animal over here.
Oh, his
you
head.
put the little on camera. Can we see
You just
your
had
little?
one escape.
If he comes
just
back
saw the
over
cutest
here,
little
he's
head of
kind of all
hair.
over the place. We'll see what happens. But a Leach story. So his first year in Pullman, we didn't win a single conference game leading up to the Apple Cup. I believe this is when Jake Locker was playing for the Huskies. And I'm at the game, and it's the day after Thanksgiving, so not a lot of people are there because a lot of people went home. Me and a bunch of buddies stayed back because we wanted to go to the game. It's snowing. It's cold out on the Palouse, and we're down 15 points going into the fourth quarter. We all bail and go to the bar because we want to warm up and get some food, of course. And we're like, oh, this Cougs doing what they do best, right? And sure enough, we come back and win it. And we were all sitting there and we're like, oh, shoot, it looks like we're about to win this game. Do we run back to the stadium right now? And then they just brought some new pitchers of beer and some wings. And we're like, oh, we'll stay here.
Yeah.
But what was cool afterwards was we hung out at that bar all night. Coach Leach came to the bar and he got a bonus, a $25,000 bonus for winning the Apple Cup. And he bought everyone in that bar a beer and a shot. And it was pretty cool. That's just one of those
cool guy.
He was we were like, hey, if there's any game, if we're only going to win one game this year, it better be against the Huskies. All right, we'll take it. That's a successful season for us.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
Little Will.
You want to say hi?
Aw.
You want to say hi,
No.
Muscles? Oh, he's
He
being
said
camera
hi.
shy.
He gone.
It's like, no.
No.
Hey, let
My
me get
picks
to-
are behind a paywall, he
Let me get
says.
to a couple comments here. Heather says, so I got to ask, what's the candle for, John?
It's in honor of Mike Leach.
Yeah, Mike Leach candle right there. And then Heather also says, Will giving Coach bad bets is becoming one of my favorite segments.
What was my bad bet? What was the last one I gave you, Coach?
Pittsburgh, maybe.
How
That
about the
was weeks
dadgum
ago.
Titans and Jaguars this week?
We don't want to talk
was
about
heavy
that one.
stuff.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that one.
I thought the
Oh,
Patriots were
man.
the big 4-unit play.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
the
was.
big
And they did
that
it.
one cashed.
I did. I was on you there. But man, the Titans. Gosh,
Dude.
that was a pearl. That was
Yeah,
a
but they
scud.
shot themselves in the foot on that one. It was turnovers early on when they were up 7-0 and they could have went up 14-0 and they're up 14-7, went up 21-7, turning the ball over in the red zone. Not how you win football games, right, Coach?
Well, I think pretty much what happened is they decided that in the second half they were just going to go ahead and get on the bus.
Yeah.
They didn't even show up in the second half. There was
Derrick
nothing.
Henry had 119 yards, 119 rushing yards in the first half. I think he finished with like 121.
Yeah, and that's it. That's it. At halftime, they legitimately were like, "That's good. We're good."
I got one more Leach story for you before I have to go.
Yep.
This one isn't a personal one, but it's you waving to everyone.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
So Coach Leach, I heard this one from I think it was a former assistant. So they're sitting around just watching film or whatever, and Coach Leach gets a phone call, and he picks up and he's on the phone for about 20 minutes or so, gets disconnected, calls the number back, and then talks for another half hour. When he was done, assistant coach asked Leach. He says, "Hey, who is that?" And he goes, "I don't know. The guy had the wrong number."
That's me every day at work.
But he'll just sit there and talk to anyone about anything. And the fact that he'd call the guy back is just
man down.
That's amazing.
I don't know. Wrong number.
He's good. Yeah.
The amazing thing about Leach too is, especially in the cult that is college football coaches, there had to have been more than one coach that sat him down and was like, if you want to be a head football coach, you got to stop being so freaking weird. And he was like, no.
Nah.
Nah.
Do you guys think they're going to let him in? Do you see that thing going around that he can't get in because his win percentage is below 60%?
Yeah.
You think they let him in?
Yeah, I think
They
they better let him in.
You gotta.
Hope
Yeah.
so.
You got
All
it.
right. Well, I got to go take care of this one, and hopefully his brother's falling asleep here soon. You want to say bye to everyone? Want to say hi? Get on the mic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I
baby. Hey, he's a natural, Will. He's
I think he
ready.
said go Vikings. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
He said go Pats.
He said go Vikings.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's put your point up to Leach.
Exactly. That
absolutely.
I was just telling these guys that earlier.
Awesome. I love it.
Can you say bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Thanks, Will.
Take care.
Hey, I'm gonna play my next little faster clip of Mike Leach while Will's going out.
All right.
As coaches, we failed to get through to them. As coaches, we failed to make our coaching points and our points more compelling than their fat little girlfriends. Now, their fat little girlfriends have some obvious advantages. For one thing, their fat little girlfriends are telling them what they want to hear, which is how great you are and how easy it's going to be and how, we had a whole bunch of people. Everybody wanted to win the football game, but nobody wanted to play the football game. Well, that defies every level of work ethic that exists with regard to football. And as coaches, we have to solve our failure on reaching them, and the players have to listen. And I'm willing to go to fairly amazing lengths to try to make that happen. I don't know if I'll be successful this week or not, but I am going to try, and there will be some people inconvenienced. And if it happens to be their fat little girlfriends, too bad.
That's up there with
national treasure, huh?
That's up there with big old San Antonio women.
I think that was the game where at the half, the team goes into the locker room and starts leaving the field, and he goes over and starts breaking down every chair on the sidelines. And then when they hit him on the way by, he tells them, we didn't play well enough to be able to sit down. We've got plenty of energy. We don't need those chairs.
That's awesome.
Fantastic. What a legend. Well, should we do corn pop and get out of here?
It's got to be Mike White.
I'll take that as a resounding yeah.
Unless we want to posthumously give it to Mike Leach.
We could.
I think we got to do something. There's got to be a segment or a statue or something going on.
What?
Or we got to do something in memoriam of Mike Leach going forward.
Yeah.
We'll name something after him or do something cool.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Coach will think of it. Look at his little wheels turning down there.
Wheels are turning already.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe we name the Dynasty Trophy after him.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's it. Yep, the Mike Leach.
Yep.
Mike Leach.
The Mike Leach Memorial Dynasty League or something. Something cool. The swing.
Do a gummy bear.
Ooh, we could have it be a pirate with a sword. Now I'm getting I'm getting weird.
Let me see if I can get a pirate trophy.
He blew a gummy bear to it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He loved gummy bears.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he had great rankings. Gummy nerds.
I know.
Elite candy. He was very right about that.
Gummy
I hadn't
nerds.
tried them yet. I came over here. Chris had some. Damn, Coach Leach was right about these gummy nerds. Man knew what he was talking about. All right. Should we go through let's go through the particulars. Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran with some bad boys. Each week here at Patriot Sports, we shine a spotlight on a player who's displayed exemplary toughness and or badassery on the gridiron by naming them our Corn Pop of the Week. This week's only nominee is Mike Wyatt because he died twice on the football field. The second time when Milano took him down, he had no air in his lungs. He was down there just trying to force his oblique muscles to flex his already fractured ribs to draw air into his lungs. And then he went on the sideline, took some Gatorade and a knee, and he said, "Put me in, coach." And somehow he got back out on the field and completed more passes and went over the attempts and the completions. What a grinder. Love this guy. All opposed to Mike White.
How are we going to argue that?
No argument.
No arguments. Are you ready for the soundbite? Is that our?
Yeah.
Is he Corn Pop?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell it. Corn Pop's a bad dude.
Got it.
So aggressive.
Mike
I love
White.
it.
We should
Thank
probably
you,
get
Finnegan.
Ainsley to say, and he ran with some bad guys, or what's the other part
They
of
were
it?
bad boys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we should get her to say
we
that
could probably
part.
get him to do like the actual quoted.
No,
what he
we'll just
said.
get Ainsley to do the other part.
Yeah, yeah.
That would
yeah,
be
yeah.
awesome.
And then I'll mash them together. All
Yeah.
right. Heather, if you're listening, we're just gonna ring your kids for a minute for sound.
Yeah. Just
Split your kids, kind of.
We could just-
Is that?
Big deal.
Can we get hit with child labor?
if we could
laws?
just get 10 more minutes of free labor from your children. That would be just
What's
excellent.
that? Oh, it's a trophy.
That's it. That's the Mike Leach Memorial.
That's
right
it
there.
right there.
You gotta
That is
glue
it right
gummy bear
there.
to the front.
I'm buying it.
Yep.
I'll put it on a big wood block, and we'll put names on it.
Hell
That's right.
yeah.
Hey,
Love
the
it.
other thing I needed, the other
Let's
soundbite
go
I
good
need,
stuff.
Coach, really bad is I need Brooklyn telling Thunder and Lightning.
Oh, all right.
I
I'll
need,
see if I can get
and
it done.
record that on your phone
All
and then
right.
send it to me so I can get that.
All right.
I
do
love
it.
this
That's good
company,
stuff.
dude.
Yay, Ainsley's in. Okay, part 2.
They're in.
They're in. She said
I
they're
love it.
cheering right now.
Beautiful.
Oh, let me let. Hey, Finnegan, here you go.
I'm gonna tell it. Corn pops a bad too.
That
She said he likes hearing himself.
is fantastic. Who doesn't?
No,
All
I
right.
do. I tell you who I don't want to hear anymore.
Somebody with a boner? I'm just guessing.
Whoa, whoa.
Anybody from the fucking front office of the Packers.
Oh,
Shut up.
We just didn't use the
Shut
boner
up and go
yet,
to
so I
Listen.
thought.
Listen.
He does drop that one at
get-
random times.
I
Hey,
know. I'm like,
get ready. Get ready, because you know who's coming to town and who's getting the starting nod. Because what's his name?
It's Baker.
The
It's
scrub
Baker
tech number
Mayfield
2 is
number
hurt. He's done. Baker's the guy.
Baker's the guy.
He's coming
We're
in.
getting
The
I saw McVay giving Baker the game ball after
Oh,
the
yeah.
fucking
Yep.
they were
Yeah,
He
jazzed.
didn't
Oh
give
my-
anything.
he's like-
Baker earned
he's-
it.
Did you hear him? He's like, well, he's like, I'm glad I'm home. I'm like,
That's right.
You
He did.
This
This
is
is
make
not
a
all.
run.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Like
make a run.
Coach.
Dude.
Bro, you've
John-
been home for 5 minutes. Calm
They're
down.
gonna- They're gonna make a run.
Hey, where's he from, Coach?
Oh, yeah, you know where he's from.
Is he from Texas?
Yeah.
Why do you say home?
I
None
don't know.
of that made
That didn't
sense.
make
Because
any
it
sense
feels
to me.
like home. Because that's what it
Oh
feels
my
like.
God.
They've
When-
welcomed him.
Because they haven't kicked him out yet.
Is SoFi about to? He's about to be on every commercial now.
You know why he
It's
said
about
it?
to go
Super
overboard.
sentimental. You can find home in a cup of coffee or a cup of bourbon. I'm just
God
saying.
bless.
Hey, I'm
You
gonna
can
say
find
that
home
right
anywhere.
now.
Because he's a front runner. That's why he
They
said
win
it.
this week. There's a streak.
Oh my god.
I'm telling
three
you.
is a trend.
Hey, put the lid on the oil.
Two is a
Coach.
coincidence.
Put
Hey,
the lid on the
it's
anointing
doable.
oils.
Tuck
It's
your
doable.
boner.
I'm telling you, they're gonna roll into Lambeau. It may happen.
You know what? The only thing I am worried about is getting a boner.
Roger's gonna crush his soul.
Listen,
You know it, and I
listen.
know it.
It may happen. It may happen.
Oh,
Jar
I want to
Alexander
see the
may have
line.
30.
Bring me the line.
I think
Let's
it's
take a peek.
I think it's Packers minus a few. I'm not sure. If it was anybody but Green Bay, I'd like to bet against the Rams in such a letdown spot. But
Are the Packers
just avoid
are the
it.
Packers getting points? No.
No, the Packers are favorites in that.
Yeah.
game.
How much? How much?
10.
10?
I don't
You're
know.
giving Baker 10 points.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Hey, when's the last time you unloaded on
the
Baker?
hotline right now. At
7.
10.
I don't see a line
7.
available.
It's John said a touchdown.
Teddy.
I still like Baker getting a tug.
A tug, huh?
Yeah.
Are you gonna tell? So you're betting Baker Mayfield in Lambeau?
I'm gonna tell you right now. Baker goes in there. They may win the game.
Wreck shot.
What up, Heavy Steps? Hey, okay, so we're in the middle of
Hey,
this
Heavy.
discussion. You got Baker and Aaron Rodgers. Who are we going? Rip Coach Leach. And I got one more soundbite from Coach Leach.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, I don't see a line
Rolling in
available.
here.
Shit.
He wants to get in on some Baker talk.
Only if you see
Oh,
pretty
sit
sure
down,
you do.
Oracle. Sit
We're
down.
live. He's got to show
Tell
that
the
you do.
Oracle to sit down.
He can't hear.
Well,
Who
you
you
gotta-
like?
No,
Who you
put
like?
the fucking deals on him. Just get
Here,
up
he
and go
wants to-
piss.
here.
You make him take that hat off.
You make him take that hat off. I want to see
Get
that. I want to see
that hat
that
off.
mullet.
Sit down.
Let's see the
Yeah,
Jerry
yeah.
curl.
Yeah, let's get. We've heard enough about this conditioner.
Oh, it
Let's get
is.
the
It's
Oracle in here.
Yeah.
God damn, that is beautiful hair. All right, so talk to us a little bit about Baker. What do you got? What's your predictions?
I like Baker a whole
Well,
lot.
we know that. God bless you. Got the underwear on. I'm talking about. What do you like him against the Packers?
I don't know because Green Bay's they're trying to make a playoff push, obviously. So I feel like this week is gonna go one of two ways. Either we're gonna see the Baker that has been there with when he was with the Panthers, where he was lobbing picks all the time. They go back to Bryce Perkins or whatever.
Yep.
Or we're gonna see the Baker of last week, just underdog mentality.
Damn.
He's good at that.
You know what? God, he is. You give that man a chip and it's over.
Count him out, and he's automatic.
Talk to me a little bit about the defensive line of LA and AJ Dillon.
Well,
Is
Donald
there?
Donald was out last week against the.
Yeah, he ain't playing.
So if he's
Well,
not
that's
playing
really
against
good
Green
for
Bay,
AJ, isn't
that's
it?
good for Jones and Dillon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I got Jones in fantasy and they're not feeding him the ball, so that's kind of hurting my team. But
Well, that may change. We're about to, I think, 12 inches of snow up there.
that's perfect because
gonna
I
be
need
run
Aaron
the
Jones
ball.
to go off.
I don't think that I don't think that favors Baker.
And Ramsey didn't look very good last week either. Every time
He's been bad all year.
Match him,
You know-
Adams just did Adams things. He just did what he had to against Jalen, who's supposedly the best corner in the game, but
until you get paid.
What about Diggs? Diggs is pretty good at that corner.
Yeah.
But so how is their O line? Let's talk about the
Rams?
LA's. Yeah,
not very good.
It sucks.
They couldn't
right there
stop
at the end of the
talking
cap.
about. Yeah, they couldn't stop talking about how they hadn't had like the same group out twice on Thursday last week. They just couldn't stop talking about that. So Kenny Clark hadn't been very good from what I've watched this year either. Usually he's like game wrecker. They're paying him. He should be, I mean, one of the top guys, and he's just been kind of there.
How about Gary?
He's out for the year, but I really like
Yeah.
Gary. He's a stud. I don't know why they kept Preston over Zadarius. So I know Zadarius cap hit was
Money.
more, but they still ended up paying Preston Smith, and
Preston may have a game.
I hope. I mean,
What do you think, Eric?
Darius Smith's been playing his ass off this year, yeah. But
I
I
think-
think the Rams are bad and the Packers are going to beat them. They had caught lightning in a bottle.
You like 7?
I think 6.5. I'd be
Do you
cool
like
with.
tug? Do you like a tug? You think it'll move? I don't think it'll move. I think Sharps.
I don't know what it is. I can't find it.
Where'd you find that at, John? DraftKings or somewhere?
I'm just on ESPN. I mean, it was convenient, so I checked.
Right. So, hey, real
Four-letter.
quick before you get out of here, Oracle, talk to me a little bit about this season. How are you guys looking? How's the Millers?
I think we're gonna be pretty good. I'm pretty excited. Last year we got a new head coach, stuff like that. A lot of stuff's changed with like weightlifting and stuff. The whole new throwing program. So
Is that going good for you?
very good.
How's the arm feel?
Good.
Feel
We
good?
hadn't started like bullpens or pull downs yet. Right now we're just like going out farther and getting arms there. But I think we're going to be pretty good this year. We lost a few guys that played real well for us, like our center fielder. He was great. He got to everything, and he was our leadoff, and he got on base. But this year our pitching, I feel like, is going to be our staple. We're going to rely on pitching.
How about you? Are you seeing the ball?
Yeah. Just don't let it get to center field.
I'm pretty sure you know, but I'm a PO, so the way I throw has just been I come in relief,
So you don't have to hit.
Nope.
Nice.
Just straight pitching.
Just the
How many
gas.
innings usually?
Well,
Just a
usually
closer?
I come kinda, because I come in like tough situations. Like last year, I would always come in with like no outs, runners on first and second, or no outs, runners on second and third, 1 out, runners on second and third. So most of the time, I'd get a bunt. First batter would bunt, and then I'd be 1 out with 2 runners in scoring position, which was really tough. But I'm pretty confident this year that when I get put back in those situations, it'll work out better for me. I got real unlucky last year, I think, with how it went. It was a pretty good year, but
Yeah, you played. You pitched really well.
yeah.
Yeah, a kid who comes in nothing but high pressure situations and performs. That sounds like the kind of thing that one of those college scouts might be into.
That's basically what it was. I'd come in
If it's
after
not that, it's the fucking hair for sure.
our ace. His name's Ethan.
Can't hurt.
He's one of the better. He's the best pitcher we got, obviously, but he
Right.
throw probably 6. Well, in high school, he'd play 7. So he'd cruise through 5 or 6, and then he'd come in and like he'd be out of gas. So 2 guys would get on and they'd make the change of me or whatever. But I also don't just throw normal. It's like sidearm.
I've watched. Yeah, I've seen it.
Sidearm.
We've had a couple pitchers here in Milwaukee like that.
Yeah. What do you think about that trade for the Brewers?
I know we lost Manny Pena. That's all I heard.
Well, I haven't seen it.
They got Contreras' brother.
Yeah, that just happened.
Yeah,
big nine players, I think.
For who? The A's, they were in a 3-team. The A's traded Sean Murphy, the Brewers, and the Braves were all in it. And the Brewers got Contreras' brother, who made the All-Star game last year.
And then the A's got Manaea in a separate deal.
No, Manaea went to the Giants in free agency.
He
signed, I think, 2-year, 24, I want to say. But I thought the Brewers did real well on that trade. They just kind of stepped in and they got a catcher back. So it's going to be Wilson, the brother, and Caratini.
That's what we do.
You think Caratini's going to stick around?
He'll just be the backup catcher, I'm sure.
That's what we do. Win transactions, get a little ahead. Hope one of these guys hits 40 home runs.
The Colton Wong trade, they traded Colton Wong, and didn't they get Jesse Winker?
Boy, that's a nerdy-ass trade, ain't it? Colton Wong and Jesse Winker?
Jesse Winker was up to bat every single freaking time I turned into Cubs radio 2 years ago. It's like every time it's Jesse Winker's up to bat, playing for the Reds.
I want to say that's what the trade was, but I thought the Brewers have done for not obviously.
Well, we lost Hunter Renfroe. That was a bad one.
That was. But
to LA, of course. Fucking Dodgers, man.
I'm just waiting for the freaking Cubs to make a splash. They got Bellinger, which I really liked, but Bellinger's not gonna.
Are they still in the market for a shortstop?
Yeah, there was a rumor that came out that said they were gonna try to get 2 of them, but I guess that just went away when Xander went to the Padres out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let's get to some of these comments, Oracle. Oh, Heavy says he's taking Rogers over Baker. Yeah, I think that's a no-brainer. Coach, I have a winning pick for you. Oh, we'll get to that. We'll come back to that when your dad's back on. Oh my God. I'm just like Heather says yes. Baker playing for money. It's a game over. Packers, no chance. Wow. That surprises. That does surprise me. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's into some baseball talk.
Yeah, he loves. Don't swing the bat, swing the knob. That's right. Yeah, Contreras is good. 24 years old, huge power, hit 20 home runs. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what the Cubs are thinking with the older brother, who's probably one of the best catchers in baseball. Just let him go to the Cardinals for absolutely nothing. That kind of shocked me.
Especially a guy who's been with a team that long. I mean, he's going to be a second coach out there, you know? He's a guy who's been there. He knows it. I don't get it.
Now they only got one guy from the 2016 World Series team. One guy left.
Hap?
The professor, Kyle Hendricks.
Hap was there, but he wasn't a full-time star. But yeah, Hendricks is still hanging on. Gosh, and then Hayward signed a minor league deal with the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
He's probably go there and hit like 280 since he couldn't hit anything for the Cubs. I'm sure that's how it'll work.
It was a nice $184 million.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Jason Hayward kicking around the minor leagues.
Yeah. It's good work.
Good times. It's good work if you can find it. Yeah. Have a couple of those Firefest sandwiches, hit 400.
Yeah.
It's a good time. Oh, what else we got? I think we call her a day, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep, we're good.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us, including Casey Budge, Will, and the Oracle. Where am I? Oh, yeah. Go to your podcast app. Subscribe to Patriot Sports Radio.
With the wind at his back.
Over to PatriotSportsNow.com to find all of our shows, podcasts, blogs, forums, all that stuff. Join us back here 7:30 in the morning, Saturday and Sunday. We'll figure out the weather, fantasy matchups, all that shit. Until next time, be good to each other. Chris, kick the outro music.
Tonight, I'm going to take us out with a little Mike Leach.
Works for me.
We had an offense that was extremely powerful, extremely productive, that probably sits and reads their press clippings, and in an arrogant fashion, sat around the sideline with their arms folded for most of the second half. The entire first half, we got hit in the mouth and acted like somebody took our lunch money, and all we wanted to do was have pouty expressions on our face until somebody daubed our little tears off and made us feel better, and then. Then we'd go out there and try harder once our mommies told us we were okay.